All right, so
Um,
hello everyone. Welcome to another episode. Last time we did this was a long time ago. During that time, we've been working.
Working hard or hardly working. Am I right, fellas?
Yup. Abso freaking lutely. Right.
Garfield is sick right now. He got the booster shot, so he's experiencing some illness, but
Yeah,
otherwise,
never
we're all in
take
good
a
health.
booster shot.
No, that's bad advice. Let me just give a quick overview of everything you're going to see in this episode. Hugh Neutron, how we got Hugh Neutron in on this project. Talk about the score. We're working on the score right now, and we have a scene example of that. Also, I shot something I'll show, and Connor shot something he'll show. And also, this is kind of old news now, but I want to talk about the whole Chris Chan thing because that was a very hot topic during the summer. Full disclosure, Chris Chan was on this project, no longer.
She had done the drawings and the voice lines, and we had them. And, we were just waiting to kind of, get everything in the editing bay to really pull it together. And then the news broke, and obviously, we could no longer use their material for the project, and they had to be removed. And so the question came,
And just
who.
in case you aren't aware, Chris Chan is like an infamous person on the internet who we've worked with before. They did something really despicable, and we were kind of silent about it during the summer because it was just like it, it's really hard to separate fact from fiction when it comes to Chris Chan, and I think we were all kind of horrified at what happened, but we removed Chris Chan's name from the spreadsheet and started finding replacements, but we didn't make any public statement about it. But now's the statement. We don't condone those actions. We won't be working with Chris Chan in the future. Um,
Yeah, all unreleased work that we have with Chris Chan is not going to be used, even though it was all gathered before any of the events
yeah.
came out.
So there's the crystal clear statement. Now, continue.
So then the question came, who can fill those shoes? And
And you were
my
thinking
friend,
backwards. You found a voice actor first.
yeah, my friend Mike, uh, a long time ago when Mark used to have, I think, his contact email in his Twitter bio, got voice lines for a cartoon that he never released, but he still had his email. And I was like, hey, you've mentioned getting voice lines from Hugh Neutron before. He seems willing to do voice lines. This line it's literally 4 words: more heat, less foam. So it'd be a simple request. He seems willing. Can I have his email? And my friend Mike was like, sure, here you go. Just don't, pass it around. I'm like, obviously not. So I reached out and was like, hey, I'm a big fan. Obviously, I grew up on Jimmy Neutron. Um, will you do this voice line? And like 2 days later, he was like, here you go. And he did like 5 or 6 different takes for us. He was really, really nice. He did, variations. He did some improv based on what he thought it was about. And he's like, I sure hope it's for something exciting. That was kind of the bottom
You didn't even
line.
know what
And
it's for.
yeah,
That's so wild.
yeah. And I think in the voice clip, he was like, "Hi, Shrek 2 Retold," because that was the email that I reached out with him,
Oh,
reached out to him with, and he still was like, "I don't know what this is for, but I hope it's exciting." So that was very,
wow.
very nice of him. And then the question came. My initial thought was, all right, we got this voice line, it's a cool little cameo, and then it'll just be animated by someone normally. Kind of we'll just gather someone, they'll do a regular night or something. But Grant kind of had this angle. He wanted to see Hugh Neutron is the knight.
I
You
really
know,
wanted to see him, and I didn't want to just see him. Like I didn't want to see him drawn or somebody dressed like him. I wanted to see the Hugh Neutron. You know what I mean? I don't know,
so
because
so
that
we
was
put
such a
out
big
a
get. You blew my mind
yeah.
with that.
And so Grant had the idea for the wanting to see Hugh Neutron rendered in Jimmy Neutron quality, and he put out a tweet on the 3GI Twitter, and I boosted it on the Shrek 2 Retold Twitter, asking for a good great 3D animator. And because we've worked with great 3D animators before, but a lot of them were already on the project or already done scenes, and we didn't want to be like, hey, do this extra scene, So we were trying to find someone new, and this guy reached out, Nebed. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. I've only read it.
Yeah, sorry. I
But
think it's Nebid.
but he reached out and sent some sample work. I'm like, okay, this could work. And it was hard to tell sometimes because some of the sample work, I'm like, these models look really good. I was assuming that he was just downloading models off of some site that had free models, available. And so I was like, okay, let's see what he can do, and if he has to use models or recycle existing models, that's fine. Let's put him to the test. And then he kind of stepped in and I think blew all of us away. He modeled Hugh Neutron from scratch. Like he was posting like, here, I'm modeling Hugh Neutron. We're like, holy shit, he's making like a higher quality model than I've ever seen of Hugh Neutron, available. And doing all the lighting himself. And he was talking, he'd basically self-taught himself over quarantine how to animate in Blender. So he's fairly new to the whole animation and using Blender, and he's still just kind of came out of nowhere with this like stellar visuals to like perfect match for the amazing git that was Mark DiCarlo for the voice line. Like just the perfect guy for the job.
Yeah. And we should mention, like, and this is just one shot in a whole scene that's shot that changes style every shot. So it's just like one punch in an ocean of punches. It's gonna be a wild
for
scene.
2 seconds of animation, he spent a lot of time perfecting it. So
Yeah, there's a lot of effort went to these 2 seconds. But that just goes to show the quality of Shrek 2 Retold.
speaking of just things coming together, the music, we've been working very hard on the score. Some of you might have seen our tweets asking for score musicians, just trying to get some new, exciting people involved. And as they've been coming in to my inbox, Grant's been taking them and plugging them into the scenes. And the scenes are usually clips of a couple different people. And there was one specific example that we watched, which we will watch right now.
Melting over here, I'm frickin' melting. It's just the rain, donkey.
That clip right there really showed how much the music ties everything together, because you got these very wildly different pieces that are. It feels like you're watching one video, even though it's a bunch of different people, because the song ties it together. Well, we only really have one more thing to talk about, which is the stuff that we filmed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Okay. Yeah.
Wow,
Wow. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff that we're keeping up our sleeves right now, just because it's fun for us to work on, but and we really are excited to show a lot of what we've been cooking up, but the impact, I think, would be lost on some of these scenes if we just viewed work in progress, work in progress, work in progress. Now here's the final, and it would be a different experience to see here's the final in context of this whole movie, and then it's like, holy shit, like it knocks you back a bit more than seeing it piecemeal. So I'm excited for some of these scenes that we've been keeping under wraps.
But we still will show you stuff as we're working on it. But like Connor was saying, there's some things we just got to talk about after it comes out.
Every 10 seconds is a new hour-long story, it feels like.
Yeah, it's just every decision feels like take a long journey.
taking a long dump.
Dump?
Yeah, like,
Oh,
a good satisfying one too. You know that feeling where you're like,
Yeah,
that was a good
this movie's we've been holding it in for 2 years, for 3 years.
That's
and
what it
then we're
feels
gonna
like.
dump it out. Then we're gonna dump
Holding
it
a big
out.
dump in. Yeah.
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 Shrek 2 time, taking a dump.
All right, we're de-evolving.
This is becoming cringe cast.
It truly is. Oh my god. Well, let's give final words, I guess.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Hello, nice world.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll end it there.